Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. I'm glad you're with us. Our guest is John Chiang. He's the controller for the state of California. And I want to talk to you about some initiatives that may or may not be on the ballot this coming fall. The governor has been a supporter of increasing revenues as a way to decrease our deficit and try to get our spending in check. What's your sense of the concept of tax initiatives on the ballot?
Well, I think the governor is going to make Californians make a tough decision. He's trying to basically clear the field so that you have two choices, whether you vote to increase your taxes or to cut education. He's reducing healthcare expenditures, He's trying to reduce welfare expenditures. Those make up the second largest expenditures for the state of California. He's shifted some correctional expenses to the local level.
Yes,
that's the third largest expenditures. Education's the number one expenditure. So what do Californians want to do for the future?
The challenge, though, for the governor is there are two other initiatives that may make it on the ballot that would increase taxes as well. One from the teachers that would increase the taxes, really, I guess, on everyone. And Molly Munger's initiative, which would increase the taxes on the wealthiest. That could cause some confusion with voters. What's your sense about the competing initiatives that are going through the system as we speak?
Well, I think you just stated it's going to be very confusing if there are three tax initiatives. Taxes in California and in the United States are incredibly complicated. If you have various measures on the ballot, how are you going to explain this clearly to the voters so they can make a tough decision?
Look, I understand that, as a famous person once said, I'm not a member of a political party, I'm a Democrat. Shouldn't the Democrats get together on this, since they are supporters of some revenue enhancements, to figure out which initiative goes forward? Because if they don't, the risk is they all go down, and as a result, we will see these massive cuts to education that presumably the Democratic Party does not support.
Well, we know that the Democratic Party nor the Republican Party are homogeneous. You have tremendous constituencies, and so they have various beliefs. So getting everybody to the table and coming to agreement has been a tremendous challenge for the governor.
At the same time, what we see is that the economy appears to be getting better. Revenues, I mean, I get emails from your office every month. It seems as if revenues are not as strong as we would hope. Where are we, aside from the tax issue, where are we in terms of revenues into the state of California?
Well, the economy is picking up, in part because there's greater productivity. We recovered 240,000 jobs last year of the 1.4 million that were lost during the recession. However, we have a long way to go. Tax revenues are slightly down because the tax rates dropped at the beginning of the year. So if you remember, we had temporary tax increases, so that we've fallen behind just because the tax rates are lower.
I read recently, Controller, that there is an IPO that's coming up that could really save the state of California, and that is Facebook. Is that fair that one company's IPO could help the coffers of a state, the ninth largest economy in the world, so much that it puts it on a different track?
Well, it helps significantly, but we have massive debt. So it will help us for a period of time, but when you're looking at debts in tens of billions of dollars, and maybe if you're lucky you collect anywhere from $2 to $5 billion, depending on how much is offered, how much the stock price rises, at what point do people sell, it will help, but it will not get us out of debt.
Does that beg the question that we are tying our future on these big IPO cycles, these big stock run-ups? Are we taxing in a way that's just not efficient for our state?
We have a tax system that is antiquated. When you look at our sales tax that created during the industrial age, during the 1930s, clearly we need to update our tax code, a tax code that encourages people to locate outside of the state of California instead of in the state of California. Makes no sense. We need to fix the tax code.
His name is John Chiang. He is the controller of the state of California. My name is Brad Pomerance. Thanks for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. We're going to send you back to HLN.